up because I thought it would be so low. It's actually not bad. Look at that. It's not the best though, let's be honest. This camera quality, like what's happening, my babe? Maybe I should. I obviously need to. I need to learn how to hook up my camera to my laptop to use it for streaming because this is not gonna work. But anyway, we are doing it because I'm literally doing an experiment today. I am doing an experiment. This video quality is making me want to cry. And my camera, yo, hi, guys. This video quality. Go and check out Tarai and go and see. Like the video quality is not the best. Well, at least for me, it's not the best. I think what I need to do, I really do need to learn how to hook up my camera to my laptop. That will make the quality much better. But like I said, for today, we are gonna make it work. Hi, Pumla. It's not that bad. Well, thank you. It's not that bad, but it's really not. Anyway, TikTok, goodbye. I will see you guys. No, we still have 4 minutes with you guys. You can stay. You can stay for now. But it's clear, must just move it up. So that's the thing. It can't be moved up because the camera on my laptop. And did you leave TikTok? I was about to show you, and then I thought I'm only going to show TikTok people here. Where my camera is positioned on my laptop, it's difficult. You can't move it actually. Not that it's difficult. You can't move it because it's on my keypad. I'm still there. Okay, cool. So let me turn my camera and show you. How do I turn my camera again? Guys, I can't find. Okay, there. Flip the camera. Do you see? That's where my camera is here. So unlike other laptops where you've got your camera up here, I have it down here. So that's why you can't even move it. I thought if I put some books or whatever underneath the laptop, I thought it would work. But the thing is, if I do that, it's then like this. It's literally looking up my nose. Anyway, it's not so bad. That much I'll give it. It's not so bad, and it's a good thing we've got some light, so that's helping. And anyway, I also just wanted to test this kind of layout because I kind of feel like the ones we've been doing on mobile, the watch hours are not really adding up, at least in my head. Oh, LFC. Hi, Taurai. Hi, Taurai and my number one day ones, my faves. Anyway, guys on TikTok. Exactly. Guys on TikTok, let's catch up another time or catch up with us on YouTube. Otherwise, for now, we are going and we are starting over here. Unfortunately, I can't keep up with both. And the mic, can you guys hear properly? Bye. Tarai and Pumla, please let me know if the mic is actually very clear. Yo, guys, I really need someone to keep me accountable to say next week when we come on live, I need to make sure I've learned how to hook up my camera. I know the quality is not that bad, but it's making me I don't like it. It's not it's not the remote V standard. So we need to work on it. I am not going to settle for this. We are going to figure out how to make it better. But anyway, welcome everybody. We've got a few seconds just to start. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. We are going to be talking about freelancing today. Basically, how you can get yourself. We can hear you. Sound check clear. Thank you. Thank you for confirming that. So, what are we talking about today? Today, we're going to be talking about Fiverr. I talk about Fiverr a lot. I'm sure a lot of you know this. I talk about Fiverr a lot because I've been creating content on Fiverr. Hey, Carolina. I've been creating content on Fiverr even before I started working full time remote. What I do on Fiverr, what is it? I'm sure you all know, but just to brush it up. On Fiverr, I create content for brands. I do UGC content. I do influencing on Instagram and other platforms, but on Fiverr, I do specifically UGC content because Fiverr is a freelancing platform. So, apart from working full time remote, or if you yourself are working either full time remote or full time on site and you don't want to leave your job, freelancing is another way for you to make some money online. And when it comes to freelancing, you don't necessarily have to do it full time. You don't have to leave your job. However, it is quite rewarding because there are a lot of people who do end up freelancing full time, and people be making millions out there. Okay, so if you're looking to make yourself some millions, hi Melissa, thanks for joining us. You can go into freelancing. Another way that you can use freelancing to your advantage. Everybody's looking for a remote job, not even just a remote job. Everybody's looking for a job. So if you are looking for a job and you've been failing to secure a job, freelancing is another route that you can take, and it makes life much easier. And in what way exactly? When it comes to freelancing, you can use it to gain experience because let's kind of put it into perspective. A lot of the people, hey Taki, a lot of the people who are failing to get remote jobs, it could be because you don't have any working experience. And by freelancing, you will basically be creating this experience for yourself, and you can then in turn use that experience. Once you've got enough experience for the job or the industry that you want to get into, you can use that experience to then apply for a remote job. But besides that, like I said earlier, you can literally just freelance while you've got your full-time job on the side, and you just make side income. Ain't nobody stopping you from that. Okay. And then why Fiverr? Because you can freelance on a lot of different platforms. Okay. I'm sure you guys know, if you are here, whether you got my notification or you just know, we are the money babes. So obviously there are a lot of different platforms where you can freelance. We are not going to get into a lot of them because I do talk about some of those on TikTok. Today is all about Fiverr. But you do use Fiverr because I find that it takes away a lot of the work that you would need to do if you were going to be looking for freelancing clients on your own. Pause. Can I just say, I have figured out why I feel like YouTube is a bit more serious. It's because when we come on YouTube for live, I'm not working. I am basically just teaching. It makes sense now. It makes sense why our TikTok live is very different. This is literally me teaching, unlike me conversing with people like we do on TikTok, like Bob Moment. Anyway, so I was saying that it takes away a lot of the work that you would need to do if you were going to be searching if you were going to be searching for clients on your own. If you're searching for clients on your own, you're going to need to either do cold calling, cold emailing. That means you should grow an emailing list. That's a lot of work you need to do. Or you're going to be advertising yourself on different social media platforms. That's a lot of work. That takes a lot. You're going to need to be connecting with people on LinkedIn, attending events so that you advertise yourself, connect with people, network, and all that. But Fiverr just makes it easy. All you need to do is to create a profile. I have created a video about this before. You just go create a profile on their platform. Make sure you work on the things that I'm going to be touching on. And it takes away from you looking for clients. On this platform, clients are coming looking for you. You just need to do the initial work to make sure when you list your gig, you write your intro, you write your bio, everything is optimized. Babes, we are making money this year. I'm sorry, it just kind of hit me. We are going to make money this year. Like, I just believe it. But anyway, so if you are going to go on Fiverr, some of the things you need to keep in mind, you can obviously provide any type of service obviously any type of service, from accounting, bookkeeping, content, any service that you can think of, you can offer it. Gold is our portion forever. Amen and period. So, what you're going to focus on, remember, we had our first live. I spoke about how there are five, well, more than that, but we did touch on like five high demand, high earning skills. On Fiverr, as I was doing my research, there are five different opportunities, or let's say industries, that I've come across that are quite new. And if you can get to learn something about this, you will make the money before all of us. Because, like I always say, and all these other people say, if you really want to make money, and this is not to say you only make money like if you're the first or whatever, you can still continuously make money, but obviously to capitalize on your initial on that initial win, you want to be one of the first people to offer the services that are quite hot on a platform. And right now, what I came across, anything to do with AI art, babes, you want to learn that. So anything with AI in general is pretty hot on the social media, on the online streets, on the remote job front. Learn anything to do with AI. But on Fiverr specifically, you want to learn how to do AI art. This is going to award you with opportunities to create content using AI, and you can use this content either for yourself or for other brands. You can create this content, like you guys, I'm sure you've seen that there are so many accounts that are now popping up on social media. They are just AI generated. You wouldn't even know that it's not a real person behind this account, and they are growing and making lots and lots of the gold and the dollars that we are chasing. So learn about AI art. Another thing that's actually selling like hotcakes on Fiverr is marketing advice. If you can offer marketing advice, this basically means you can do one-on-one consultations for yourself or for other people. Just offer people who are, and you're going to target people who are starting new businesses, people who own small businesses. You help them learn about online marketing. That's something that's popping up. And then there's the writers, people who enjoy writing, job description writers. And can I just say, when I came across this, I was like, you know what? A lot of us complain that these companies, when they are writing job descriptions, they never say how much they are going to be paying and all of that. Imagine being the person who writes the job description for these companies and you convince them to always put the salary on there. Like, how in control are you? Like, you would be in control of the whole situation. Yeah. So get to learn things about that. Like, that's a whole thing that has just popped up and is getting popular. And then e-learning content. You want to be somebody, hey, virtual assistant, how are you? I was watching a video from this lady saying that she makes about $950 every day from AI. Do you see that? We are sleeping and yet we are here saying we're going to make money. Let's wake up. Wake up. So I was saying e-learning content developer. So if you want to learn about, well, not to learn, you want to be the person who creates the content that other people learn from. So let's say with my remote work masterclass, you could be the person that develops the work that I teach people in that masterclass. Or let's take Ali Abdal, for example. He's got online courses. You could be the person that creates the curriculum of that course and the content of that course. And keep in mind, as I'm saying all of this, I'm sure your mind is spinning and you're trying to understand. I'm sure you're intelligent enough to understand that all these things we are talking about, they are new things that have just popped up within the last couple of years. And there isn't a lot of saturation, especially with the e-learning content. Almost everyone is creating a course right now. Imagine how many clients you can have if you just learn how to create online course content. And then lastly, business registration. That's basically depending from where you are. I'm not sure if that's something that would be really big in South Africa, but it's something that I came across that a lot of other people are doing. So you basically offer services to help people with their company registrations. If you're going to be talking to them to their attorneys to help you with your company registration, going to the offices that need you to provide the papers and all of that. You are just the middleman in getting all of this done. And then jumping right down to, you have acquired these skills that you have, or you have gone ahead, you've learned how to do AI art, how to write job descriptions and things like that. How exactly are you honestly going to then get a client? Those of you who have been on Fiverr, actually, before I even go into this, are any of you on Fiverr currently? Do you offer any services, or have you actually ever heard of Fiverr? Have you? Do any of you? Yes, but I haven't offered any services. Wait, so do you mean yes as in you've got an account, or I'm there but still figuring out what to do? Carolina says yes. What is Fiverr? Hi, boss. Busiso, you've been here for 15 minutes and you don't know what Fiverr is. Oh, I am hurt. Anyway, I'm going to explain that to you. It feels like a Game of Thrones to me, too busy. It is very busy. I want to make money there. I have an account. Cool. So here is what's up. Fiverr is basically a freelancing platform where you can offer any type of services that people would pay for. Okay. I personally offer services as a UGC creator. So, depending on what skills you have, you can just go and list yourself there. If you go, I remember you from the TikTok live. If you go to my TikTok, I actually have a full video dedicated to how you can create your profile on Fiverr and optimizing and all of that, just to know how to kind of create your profile there. But yeah, basically, it is a freelancing platform with people from all across the world, and you generally just offer services on there. And yeah, when it comes to getting your first client, you are going to pay attention to, first of all, your profile. When you are creating your profile, it's very important for you to know a little bit of SEO, guys, because you can end up having a profile for long and not using it. Like Taki said, she's had a profile for a long time, but she's never used it. I was that person. I had my profile for I don't know how long, and I had never ever used it until like we got to COVID. That's when I then learned how to actually use it properly. Uh, Read about it but never took it to consideration. Where is the video of 950? Please share that with her if you don't mind, Carolina. Anyway, so I also never used to take it seriously. And I think that's because social media and all these online things were not all that popular yet, or at least in my world and my circles, it wasn't all that popular until I sat down and I had to learn. And you can take a Google course to just learn about SEO. Go to Google Skills Garage. You can still do the fundamentals of digital marketing course for free. And there's a topic about SEO there. SEO is basically search engine optimization, and this is what will help you optimize your gig, your description, so that when people get on the platform, they are able to search and you pop up. Again, I'm going to give myself as an example. If I'm creating my gig and I'm offering UGC services, I need to make sure as I am writing my description, I do include UGC, because when people come on this platform and they're searching for UGC creators, your account will be picked up. Think of SEO as basically the hashtags that we use on social media. On social media, when you create a video, let's say you're like a fashion influencer or you create content about fashion, when you post a video or you post your content, the hashtags you're going to use are going to be relating to fashion. So either you're going to do hashtag OOTD, hashtag fashion looks, hashtag my looks, hashtag whatever, day outfit, and things like that. The reason why people do that, it's because they know when someone goes on social media and they're searching for OOTDs, that person is going to type OOTD, and every picture or video that has been posted with the same hashtag will pop up. That's exactly how SEO on Fiverr works as well. So as you're putting your description together, you are writing your gig. Your gig also, I've taken this whole process of creating this, so I'm not going to get deep into it. I have posted a video on TikTok about this like November of last year. You can go search for that on my TikTok. So yeah, you want to make sure your profile is complete, it's optimized with SEO, and you have put all the relevant information. Was that Google Digital Garage you mentioned? Yebo. Oh, so it's digital, not skills. I don't know. I say Google Skills Garage. Yes, you can still do the fundamentals of digital marketing for free there. You also then want to add previous work on your profile. This will help with social proof. Like I said, I got distracted. Taki's message there. I wanted to see it. Anyway, so for social proof, you want to make sure once you've created your profile and it's completed and you have included SEO and keywords in your description and your gig, you are going to make sure you add your previous work. If you're someone who has not worked, because remember, I did say this is how to get your first client. You have not worked with any client before. So I believe you don't have any past work that you can add on there. Whatever service you are providing, you better create some examples. And again, how do we create examples? The same way that I always say, you find people around you who need your services. Use those, well, not use, don't use them in a bad way, okay? Don't do that, but in a way use them. Use them to get the experience you need. You're going to give them your services, and in turn you gain experience that you can then use on your Fiverr or to apply for full-time remote jobs. So that's what you're going to do with that experience. Again, we go back to the example that I was giving about UGC content. You create UGC. You have never worked with a client before, and for UGC it's the easiest way, because in your day-to-day life there's so many different products that you use, there's so many different brands in your house that you use. So just create UGC content around the things that you have already, and then just post that on your Fiverr. No one is going to say, oh, did you create this and send it to a brand? No, all they want to see is that you do have work that you have done before. It will help them understand the quality of work that you can produce. So you want to make sure you've got some past work that you have posted. And like I said, it will help with social proof. If not that, at least have another social media platform where you have been documenting your work or maybe your journey in you becoming this freelancer. You always want to have something to show, because people don't trust somebody who has actually never worked with anyone. It's the same way how, guys, my examples are always around the same things. It's always going to be about social media, a business, or something online. So please forgive me. But yeah, getting into my example, it's the same way that when you're on social media, it's very difficult for you to grow. Thank you, Sibusiso. So on social media, it's very difficult for you to grow when you've just opened your account today. You're probably going to go a few weeks, a few months before you actually start getting followers. And it only takes a few people to believe in what you're talking or to have an interest in what you're sharing or talking about on social media. And then once you start growing, that is social proof, and people now get interested. So it's the same way. Have something to show so that you can attract people in. And when you get that first client, from there, you will start getting more and more. It is probably going to be very difficult for the first few months, maybe years, especially if you're not taking it seriously. That much I know. It will be very difficult. But these small things that I'm talking about will help you. They will go a long way. And then your description, I did kind of touch on this earlier, but your description, as much as you're going to put SEO, keywords, and things like that, and these are things you can find by you going on Fiverr before you open up your seller profile. So on Fiverr, what happens is that you create your profile. You're either going to create it as a seller or a buyer. That's because as a seller, you're the person who provides services. As a buyer, you're the person who comes looking for services. However, if you create a seller profile, you can always interchange to a buyer if you want to buy services. What I would advise, you want to go there, whatever service, again, let's go back. Let's say you want to do bookkeeping for small companies online. Go and search for bookkeepers on Fiverr. See what keywords they are using, what SEO they are using. There is no rule that says do not copy. Guys, everything under the sun has been done before. That's how I live life. Everything under the sun has been done before. You do not need to reinvent anything. If anything, you should make life easier for yourself by copying, but not just copy and paste. Please do not copy and paste. Make things your own. However, in this case, SEO, there's no way you're going to personalize SEO. There's no way you're going to personalize keywords. You literally just have to scan through other people's services and you see what keywords they are using, especially if they are people who have had like thousands of clients. You obviously want to see what has been helping them get so many clients. Like I'm telling you, there are people on Fiverr who have deliverables every single hour, and you're just like, how are you doing this? But if you go then to their profiles, there are people who professionally craft people's profiles on Fiverr. Just putting it out there. If you want to pay somebody to do it for you, please go and do that. It will make life easier. But yeah, you really want to learn what everybody else is doing to make sure they're getting clients and use this very same method, the same strategies, and that will definitely help you as well. But you want to make sure it's very clear, your description specifically. You want to make sure your description is clear. It doesn't have to be concise because at the end of the day, you want to provide as much information as possible in order for people to read through it and decide, okay, cool, I want to work with V, or I want to work with Busiso, or I want to work with Taki. That's what you want to do. Make sure you provide a proper description, comprehensive description about where you have worked, what you have done. Always make sure you point out if there are any like brands or companies you've worked at. This is the little CV part that you have basically. So you want to use it as how you would use your CV. You want to highlight the companies you've worked for, what projects you've worked on, what results you have driven, and things like that. Social proof, remember that. You always want to provide information that will help people make a decision quicker, right? And your fee, when it comes to your fee, guys, I know we are becoming freelancers because funimali, but as a starter, as a beginner, you just need to embrace that. You are a beginner. There's nothing wrong with that. We are not faulting you for that. Embrace that and know that you're not going to start by just being paid $3,000 for a 30-second UGC video. That's not going to happen. Like, let me tell you, let me be a little vulnerable and honest with you guys. I started charging my UGC content literally $5. Embarrassing as it is, literally I was charging $5 because when I went on Fiverr is saturated. There's a lot of people on that platform, and not just people. They are people with competitive pricing. They are people who do not care about how much they're getting paid, and they produce quality work. Because for them, the more work they can do, the more money they can get, even if it's $5. To them, it will come out a lot. And think of it, imagine $5 and Fiverr takes 20%. Ah, suffering. Suffering, but that is what it is. You have to start from somewhere. So I'm not saying start from $5 like I did. You know how much your work is worth. And at the end of the day, also, you don't want to do things, you don't want to do things that will leave you feeling like I'm just wasting my time. Because at the end of the day, I will be very, very, very honest with you. If you're not getting paid your worth, you feel it, and you start feeling like not even working or creating or providing any services anymore, you will stop. So start with what you're comfortable with. As much as I say you're not going to start by getting paid $1,000 on your first post, start somewhere where it's reasonable. And again, you want to make it competitive with the people who are already offering these services. You want to be able to secure your first client with whatever price you've got. And once you've got your first client, getting your second, your third, your fourth is going to be much easier. Because what's probably going to happen is if you do the first one and you're happy, they're going to leave a review. This is something within Fiverr. If you provide a service, when they receive their service, if they are happy with it or they are not, they have the option to leave a review, and so do you. If you do a good job and they leave you a 5 star and they rave about the work, your deliverables, and how you were so impeccable in communicating and producing amazing work, that is all you need for the next person who comes to your account. They will see that glowing 5 star review, and it's easy for them to be drawn in to book you for their next service. So that is literally all you need to do, besides you focusing on SEO and making sure everything is comprehensive and it's optimized and all that. You really need to just produce good work for your first person, and that's how you make it easier for you to get them to either come back for repeat work or for them to even talk to other people within their community, or for the next person who comes across your profile and they're like, oh, okay, if somebody can say they were amazing, then hey, they must be amazing. Can I just say something that is completely unrelated? I posted something on Threads the other day talking about how I used InDrive and the driver went to drop off their CV with me in the car. That was just a weird thing. I then checked my InDrive and I realized I've got 5 stars on InDrive. I've used it like on 30 plus rides. And I was just like, how is that? I know I'm not this person. But that's what you want. If you've got a 5 star, most people are going to be okay with working with you. Like in the e-hailing service, they're going to be okay with driving you. No pressure, no problems. And then now to the questions that actually it was just one question. Two questions: securing payment before your final draft. So how Fiverr works, this was a question from Anne. She gave me two questions while we were on TikTok. So a question from Anne where she says, how do you secure payment before the final draft? On Fiverr, what happens is that you have a communication channel with everyone who books your services, and you do not communicate with anyone outside of that communication service. You will see that even if you put like your handles for social media, Fiverr does not even allow that. You would have to find ways to do that. You will never, ever deliver work outside of it. That way, that's how you secure your payment and you don't get scammed, right? You don't take your communication with this person or deliver your work off to it on a different platform. Let's say in this case, you want to go and deliver work on WeTransfer, Dropbox. Don't do that. Don't do that. Even if it's on there, share it where you've got that option to share the deliverable on Fiverr. Only do the Dropbox and the WeTransfer and everything else once you and the person actually agreed. You have worked, like I said in the beginning, I've got clients that I've worked with over a couple of months, a couple of years. My longest running clients was 3 years. So once you've worked with someone maybe 2-3 times, especially if it's someone who is like long distance, in the type of work that I do, UGC, somebody really needs to trust you to be able to send their brand products all the way from the USA to South Africa for you to do work, and believe that you're going to create this work and send the work back to them. So make sure you've built that trust over 3, 4, 5 months or even a year. And then once you're comfortable with somebody, because obviously they will not be able to run away without paying. If they do so, there are repercussions from Fiverr. Fiverr will either block them or somehow there are repercussions to that. So don't take it off of the platform. Just make sure you share all the work you do for them within the platform. That's how you make sure you secure your payment, and that's how you keep away from getting scammed by anybody on Fiverr. What I was talking about earlier, though, before we came here, they are people that you need to be careful of on Fiverr. Again, the same way, guys, one thing that will always tell you something is a scam. If it feels and seems too good to be true, it obviously is too good to be true. I've had someone who came and I did fall for it. Okay, sorry, but I didn't end up creating the content. Okay, I was still new, but learn from my mistakes. There are people who will entice you with, oh my God, we've got this really big brand. We want to do this much work. And they will tell you that they want to do a whole lot of work. It will span over 6 months or whatever, and things like that. But they only want to be able to communicate with you off the platform. Don't do that. Don't do that. My intuition kicked in after I was already having a conversation with this person on WhatsApp because I kept asking for a contract. I wasn't going to do any work before we actually had a contract of our own. If someone doesn't want to proceed with communication and work on the Fiverr platform, they must prepare a contract that both of you will sign, and you can take your work off the platform. If there is no contract, there is no work you're doing off of the Fiverr platform. People cannot come and use the Fiverr platform just to scam you. Like, are you dumb like me? Are you stupid like me? No, you're not. Because I am giving you all the information that I have, had to deal with so that you can be more intelligent than me. But yeah, don't take anything off the platform if you have not signed a contract with anybody. Mostly this happens in your first few days. For me, this happened my first few months on Fiverr. Somebody just decided, oh, maybe we can. So yeah, they can actually get you to work because maybe you're in a desperate space like I was. Remember, this was COVID. I was unemployed. Your girl was desperate, please. But still, I am glad that my intuition sparked and I was just like, nah, there's no way I will ever do work without any payment. So, without any contract. Without a contract, we are not continuing. If you don't want to give me a contract, let's take it back to Fiverr. That way, that's why I think using platforms like Fiverr is very beneficial. You don't have to deal with these people on your own. Fiverr has vetted these people before they even created platforms. But again, another thing you will need to know, there are still some people who get past that vetting. But somehow I find that there's a way that they always pick them up and block them. Why do I say this? I've had people reach out to me and they ask, and these are just creeps. People who will be like, oh, we need you to do just some pictures for us. And I'm like, okay, what type of pictures? This has happened like twice. But somehow, before you even carry on with the conversation, Fiverr will block them because they've realized, no, these people are just wild. There are people who will come, oh, we just want you to do pictures for us. One specific one that I remember, I was like, okay, what type of pictures? What's your brand? And this person is like, no, we don't have a brand. We just want you to take pictures of your feet. And I was like, are you mad? Like, you want to use my feet for your own fetish? Like, are you crazy? What's wrong at home? And within a few seconds, minutes, Fiverr had already blocked them. So I don't know what they use, whatever AI they use, it's top notch, babe. So don't fear a lot about getting scammed. If you are going to get scammed, like I said, you are probably the person who fell for it when they said, let's get off the platform. Your first interaction with somebody, they should not be taking you off the Fiverr platform. They should be trying to make business with you on that platform. And then over a period of time, you guys can agree, get into a contract together, whether it's going to be something you guys renew every 3, 6, or 12 months. That is totally up to you. But at least have a working relationship over time before you take things off the app. The app, yes, it does take 20% commission, but it protects you from the people who try to come and scam you. Anyway, guys, I'm tired of talking. I think I've done enough for today. I am tired. I think I've done enough for the day. I hope you have learned quite a bit. And everything else, like I said, everything else with regards to like starting your profile, creating your gigs, and everything, you're going to find that video on my TikTok. I'm sure as time goes on, I am going to get more into creating Fiverr and money making videos on here. But for now, that is on the other side. And thank you for spending some time with me. Thank you for showing up. You guys know I love that. I love when you do that. And thank you for your interaction. That was amazing. That was great. You've done more than enough. Oh, you're welcome. Shit mask, babe. Very informative. I'll fix my profile. You're welcome, babe. On TikTok, you talk for hours. What happened to you? So here is, I think we were talking about this before you joined Virtual Assistant. On TikTok, it's because on TikTok, it's not like a teaching session. On YouTube, it's basically me with notes and teaching. So that's the difference. On TikTok, I'll be working, and going forward, that's what we'll be doing. That's what I was saying. I need to learn how to hook up my camera to my laptop, and then that way we will be able to have like me working while we are on live on both TikTok and YouTube, or maybe just YouTube. I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, we will get into those types of lives as time goes on. Thank you. Aww. I really do appreciate you guys as well. Anyway, let's go. Let's go. I need to go eat. If I tell you I only ate in the morning, guys, thank you about Fiverr. um, will you be having live lessons regularly? I plan to do so. This is actually my fourth this month. I have like these lives every Wednesday at 1 p.m. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what the next one will be for next week. I don't think I've scheduled it yet. That is embarrassing. I need to make sure should be able to do that. Virtual assistant, yes, my iPhone 16. It can. It should be able to. It's just I'm trying, guys. I'm still new on YouTube. Guys, if you want to leave, it's okay. I'm literally just, yapping right now. I'm still new on YouTube. So I'm trying to grow and build my watch hours. And it seems as though the past few weeks I was doing lives on my mobile devices. And instead of the watch hours going towards the 4,000 that are needed by YouTube, it seems as though it was going to the shorts. So I am not understanding. That's why I did this live here today. I am trying to test and see how YouTube does this thing. If the watch hours from this video show me that they do go towards the 4,000 and not the shorts, then I am going to learn how to hook up my camera for better quality and better everything. If I need to get a new camera, babe, believe me, I will get a new camera to make sure we continue having these lives. But yeah, I just want to see how that works, and then we'll see from there. But anyway, guys, I explain a lot. I talk too much. So much for the information. I only saw you today on TikTok Lives, but I've learned so much from you. Ah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm not going to eat fast, I promise. I lie. I'm going to try. I'm going to try not to eat fast. I just need something to eat and relax before I start work later and before I get back on live on TikTok again later. But yeah, see you guys later. Bye. Bye.